Good afternoon, and it's always so wonderful when Tracy's Keeping It Real comes back with some wonderful guests, and I'm really excited about our guest here today. I think I've had an opportunity to meet him once before, but I am getting a chance to meet him a whole nother way today, and so we're getting so excited about having this conversation. And this conversation, we're going to be bringing Debra Hurston in. She's executive director, and we're also bringing in Aquilla Robinson, and she is the program manager, and we're talking about the Association for Black Economic Power, which is also called ABEP. So, welcome to our show this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having us.
And we're so happy to have you. I want you to just tell the listening viewers. I know that the Association of Black Economic Power is a Minnesota based nonprofit dedicated to building institutional economic power and generational wealth within the Black community. But can you tell us a little bit more about the organization? Actually, Deborah, you're the one that founded it, correct?
I wish I could say that I founded it. I actually came on board in 2020, in December of 2020. It was started officially in 2017. A group of absolutely dynamic community leaders formed ABAP from Minneapolis. They had a vision of an organization that could address the financial challenges that the community faced. They had a vision of a credit union, if you will, a financial institution that people could walk into and feel as if they were welcome and at home. They also had a vision of a financial empowerment center where people could learn how to harness the power of the dollar, how to take money and turn it into a tool, because they could see that in our communities, money was flowing out, but it wasn't staying, it wasn't coming in. And so, as much as I love to say I founded it, it was actually a group of young, dynamic community leaders who came up with this idea.
Wow. And so is that Aquila that's sitting next to you? She one of the young
No.
dynamic? Because
You know,
I see her
No.
being that sister right there.
you know, Aquila certainly fits the mold, but that team has moved on.
Okay. All
And
right.
so ABEP hired me in 2020 to keep the mission moving forward. And it has been absolutely my honor.
Wonderful. I know you're doing a fantastic job. But before we learn more about what you're doing, Aquila, so tell us a little bit about your start there.
I started with ABAP in 2023. I started on the board and I transitioned into my role as program and outreach manager a little over a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay. So you
Mhm.
both are not brand new, but you're just kind of getting it started.
Mhm.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about the program and how does one, let's just start off with the original spark that led you to get involved with the organization.
Oh, in 2020, we were right in the throes of COVID, and George Floyd had been murdered. The board had transitioned from the original board to the board that hired me, and they asked me to keep things moving forward, meaning the creation of Minnesota's first ever Black-led credit union, in addition to establishing the Financial Empowerment Center. When I came on board, I brought with me years of experience in association management and in fundraising. And um, with all those years of experience, nothing can prepare you for what I was about to experience. I leaned on credit union experts. I leaned on financial planners to get the Beyond Table Talk, the Financial Empowerment Center established so that we could provide monthly programs so that people can uh, learn how to um, take control of their assets. And it's been a whirlwind. It's been heartwarming. And I can't tell you how pleased I am that the original mission, the original purpose of the organization, we never lost focus.
And so that was to build the economic stability within the Black
It
community.
was to build a financial institution that would led by blacks, open to all, and to create the Financial Empowerment Center.
So tell me, you mentioned the word the beyond table talk. Can you talk a little bit about that and tell us what that means?
Yes. In most Black homes, we don't talk about finances at the kitchen table. So our conversations go beyond that. We talk about all things money. And I think it would be remiss for me to lean in further. I'm going to ask Aquilla, who manages the Beyond Table Talk program, to chime in and give us the details of it.
Okay, and that is actually a program that's the name of it, Beyond Table Talk. So yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so it is a live broadcast. It streams on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube every fourth Wednesday. And so our topics range from home ownership, how to prepare your taxes, just to name a few. But yeah, it's led by our task force primarily. But we also ask community members to come in and to host or to be a panelist on the program too. And so, for example, recently we did the one on preparing your taxes. So we had, can't even think of who was on that show, but at any rate, they are from the community. They are expert in their fields, and we pick a topic that is based on generational wealth and how to start and grow that journey.
Nice, nice. And so, is there a time frame that, or is it for just seasonal kind of conversations that you have to determine what you're going to be talking about? So maybe somebody wants to listen in. Maybe it's something that, like, because taxes, obviously, this was the time of the season.
Mhm.
So is it kind of a seasonal, or how do you choose the topics?
It is seasonal based too. We also look at financial awarenesses for the month. And so we'll kind of pick a topic on that as well. So then, for example, even Juneteenth, it's not revolved around financial literacy, but it might be integrated into our next program for June.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then that makes sense just to, because that's what we're thinking about as a community.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, we will adjust if hot issues come up.
Okay.
So we have talked about Black Wall Streets. We have talked about the Black tax. We have talked about health and wealth
Mhm.
and things. And we have talked, oh, one of our most popular ones that Aquilla arranged was on scams.
Mm. Mm.
Scams. And so, it depending on, we certainly map out the calendar based on what's happening traditionally. But if a hot topic comes up, I like that we have the flexibility
Oh, yeah.
to adjust.
And have that discussion.
Mhm.
And scams they play a big role in the financial
Oh, yes.
instability of people's lives once they build a nest egg and they get scammed out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that could cause a lot of hardship. So when you talk about the financial scams, how does that help a person that's listening in? What kind of conversations do you have that kind of help that process?
Ooh, okay. So a lot of the scammers, the ones that when we had this conversation, the scams were taking place of the elderly. And so we were talking to the young about how to protect their elderly from scams. And then in that program, some common scams were identified, and they talked about something. Well, one of the things that came up that I wasn't aware of is that how you need to be sensitive to the QR codes
Mm-hmm.
and scanning the QR codes. You think you're getting information when the QR code is getting information from you.
Mm.
And so it was I don't know, it was a real eye opener as to how magnified, how grown up, how sophisticated scams are today.
They are
Mhm.
very.
Mhm.
And I'd love to talk more about that scam of the barcode.
Yes.
But I don't want us to get too lost in this conversation. But I guess I need to tune in to Table Talk and Beyond
Absolutely.
Table Talk and kind of hear more about them type of conversations. Because maybe that's another conversation that we'll have at the Tracy's Keeping It Real, because we need to talk more about that. I don't think you could say enough.
Oh
We
no,
can't.
yeah.
And there's another one, the one this month is about side hustles.
Okay.
And that is on May 27th.
And tell me a little bit about side hustles.
So we are diving into how to kind of transfer your own talent, your skills, or if you're looking for something else to earn an extra income. So we're trying to find the person that's either getting started in a side hustle or trying to sustain it, and how to make it work for that person.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. That's going to be real great.
Yes.
I look forward to. Is there a schedule that we can keep up with on?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that okay? So we can maybe.
Yep, it's online,
Okay.
and anyone can go to our website at www.abepmpls.org
Okay.
and see the schedule. Yeah, but I absolutely encourage it. And you can see some of the old programs on YouTube.
Yes.
Oh, great. Now, I know you guys have a lot of different programs and workshops, but can you walk us through your current wealth building workshop that you have? Because we're all wanting to learn about how do we build wealth.
Ooh, so ours, it is culturally responsive and it's called Smart Money Moves.
Mm,
And that is our curriculum where every chapter is different. So we have chapters that are, we can also customize a chapter too, but they are the basics for how to get started in finances. So, for example, we have home ownership, long-term financial goals. We have how to, oh, okay, I'm trying to think of all of them right now.
You know, it's the one that a lot of people don't get. How do you read your check?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
understanding not just how banks work, but how they have a relationship with a bank.
mm,
All those type of things. Some of the curriculum also includes this one. We designed it specifically for an organization that it asks, "How do you buy a car?"
mm-hmm. Okay.
And so a lot of times there's the assumption that people understand different processes
Mm-hmm.
and they don't. So we create an environment where people are comfortable sharing what they don't know
Mm-hmm.
so that we can help them fill that void.
Wow.
And so our
Okay.
curriculum existed long before the state came up with their guidelines, and we met them. So we're quite pleased.
Okay, so when you mentioned, now you got me to ask another question. So when you mentioned the state came up with a guideline, so how did that come to be? I mean, you just came up with something. The state kind of came in and said, "Wait," or
No, the two are totally separate. So
okay.
we had nothing to do with the state guidelines.
Mhm.
What we had is an understanding of the need and what people needed to know.
Mhm.
So we worked with people who are experts in this field. Our task force is filled up with financial experts. And
Okay.
so the people who will be doing the one-on-one coaching, the people who do our presentations are financial experts who are relatable, which is critical for us. And they helped us come up with the curriculum.
Okay. All right. And then the state wanted to make sure you weren't giving the wrong information out, or
Well, we work with, I should say, one area of the state to help oversee it, but the state guidelines are totally separate from us.
okay.
We just know what their guidelines are.
You're familiar with
Mhm.
where you want it. Yeah, got it. So when you're working with the different workshops that you have, then do you bring in the different experts from the different fields and
We do. We will present them with what topics should be covered, and they will kind of meet that. And then we will prepare them with what that curriculum will look like and how they can tailor it to that specific clientele that they're speaking with.
okay, now is that an ongoing workshop? How does it, what's the time frames for your workshops?
It is ongoing. So what it looks like primarily is we will be contacted by said organization, and we will ask them from our curriculum there where they can pick and choose what they would like for us to present to them or to their cohort, and then we will modify our curriculum to meet those needs. And so it's ongoing because we're able to. So one program, it kind of just depends on what that organization is looking for, because we do have 10 plus chapters, so they may only choose 4 or 5 for us to cover. And so after that, we do, if they are not a minor, the cohort that we're speaking with, we're able to do one-on-one coaching for them as well, and that is complementary with the program.
Okay.
So, for instance, if you wanted us to do a program here on investing,
Mhm.
things your staff would like to know about investing,
Mm.
or retirement funds and things like that, then we would work with you to design that program and then deliver it here.
Okay. So
Mhm.
your main function, so that everybody understands, is it's you're working with different organizations to help set programs up that will work towards what they're hoping to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And all the people that come through you from your organization that present, are they all people of color?
No.
Okay.
I'd say 95%
Yeah.
Okay.
are.
So, and is it all around, all your topics around financial literacy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what is that, what financial literacy, how is that defined in the work that you do with organizations?
Well, we put it into bite-sized, digestible pieces. So we kind of make that make sense for the clientele that we're speaking to, because we realize that not everyone can grasp this information, or there is a fear or a stigma for who they can talk to and trust. So we like to go in and make it more relatable to that group. And so, again, we just kind of customize what we're talking about, how we're saying it, and we present it to align to who we're talking to.
Okay.
One of the comments that we got from a participant that sticks with me is this gentleman said that he had been through some financial literacy courses before, but this program was disarming. He was able to let his guard down. He didn't feel as if he was being talked down to. He could ask questions in a non-threatening way, and he was very comfortable with the program.
Okay.
And to me, that is critical, because if you are remotely going to share some of your journey, you need to be sure that and feel that you're in an environment where you're not going to be judged, where people are going to understand and talk to you where you are. They're not talking down, we're talking with. And we would share some of our experiences in some of these settings and get them to share theirs. As the program is going on, we stop, get their comments on what we just shared. Let's talk about that section, and then we move on.
Okay.
And it's very interactive and extremely non-judgmental.
And is that usually like with you two ladies and then one other person, or how many people actually are part of your team when you're talking to different people?
We have 8 on our task force now who would be the presenters. And so it just depends on the organization or the community that we are speaking with. So it could include, we will be there for formality, but we are not the presenters. And so it might have 1 to 3 of our presenters that is there too.
Okay, because I know if they come in like you two, I mean, your personalities make people comfortable,
We make it fun.
Yeah, and if you can make it fun and make people, because again, like you say, when you first start approaching people, you're talking about finances, right? Because that's a part of the whole thing is the financial literacy. Sharing people's business is not something we do as people.
Right.
So being able to get people to open up and be comfortable with maybe the mistakes that they've made and how they can make them better so they can get their track back on track is a unique set of skills that you have to have.
Right. And we also encourage people to take advantage of the free one-on-one coaching, because if you're not comfortable with, sharing your personal information in a group setting, and a lot of us aren't, there is that free one-on-one coaching.
Oh, see, and then you want to talk about that now, because that's a key. The key word I'm pretty sure everybody here was free.
Yes.
So let's talk about that for a second.
Yes, so that looks like you have up to 6 sessions, and it is based on the pace is set on you and the coach. So we meet you where you are. If you are ready to dive into investing, we give you the basics, but we do not tell you what to invest in. So from what's been happening, you have your 6 sessions. Each session is 30 minutes to 45, well, we'll say 30 to 60 minutes. And then, yeah, it's at your own pace, it's at your own time, your own schedule, and you really just work with that coach one-on-one. And we do have criteria where we're gauging the progress of it. So we will have a survey before the group presentation and kind of also, let's see, and before the one-on-ones too. So then at the end of it, we also gauge how did you progress? What did that look like? And so we use that data so we can get better feedback for our program, what's working, what's not, and how we can tailor it moving forward.
And is each one of your sessions of the 6, are they all around the same subject, or can you like tailor it out so I can say, well, I need you to come in today and teach me about banking, and then next week I need you to teach me about investments. Is it that way, or do you need to kind of stay within the footstep?
It has been a little bit of both.
Mhm.
Primarily, it is the one-on-ones are basically what has been talked about in a group setting. But again, with that modification with you and the coach, it can be changed to strategically be a better fit for you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because in the one-on-one, people might need some people have never done a budget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They need to understand when they do that budget how much of the money that they're having is going to needs versus wants.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to understand that. And so that deep dive happens in one-on-one.
Yes.
So how does that work then? So if I have, just to say I bring you in and you're here at the MSR and my team needed to learn about, let's just say 401k,
Mhm.
and they wanted to learn more about it. And so that's what I brought you in for. But now we got E that wants to learn more about uh, uh, checkbooks and how to balance them. So you're doing a one-on-one with him, but then how does he get back into the program that I've set up for my team? And then how does that all work out?
So if we are coming to talk to your team, then you will give us kind of your the guidelines for us to follow based on our curriculum. So you would pick those chapters for us, and then in those one-on-ones, we will tailor it to what that individual needs specifically.
And
So
that's a different day. So
yes,
the one-on-ones don't happen in the middle of the group session.
Okay, so you don't pull them off and say, okay, come on,
Right.
sit over here. Yeah.
No,
Right.
those are literally one-on-one scheduled with the coach.
Okay.
And on a time that is agreeable to the client and the coach.
That one person. And so is that one class doesn't take place of my 6 scheduled. Okay.
Correct.
Because that's the free one that they get
Mhm.
on their own.
Mhm.
So what if he didn't get enough in that one? Does he then bring you on do you take him on as a client at that point, or how would he learn more if he didn't get enough out of that one free session? And that's not what I brought you in to work with my company on.
So they will fill out our application, and there it lists a numerous amount of financial literacy topics that they could cover or that they have interest in. And then from that, we will pick maybe the top 5 or 6 of those and go over that with a person. And then after the 6th session is completed, we will reevaluate to see what needs to happen next. Because if we do need to take a deeper dive, then we will connect them with our trusted partners too. And where, for example, then that they will just continue with that program, but then we will still follow up with them to see how we can still assist in their financial journey.
But that would be just for E I'm speaking of. So
Mhm.
so if you came in to talk about 401k with my whole group,
Mhm.
that's and then we move on to, I guess I want to make sure I'm confused. I'm not confused before I confuse our listeners.
Okay.
So if you come in and work with an organization and you have an outline on what you're going to cover,
Mhm.
and let's just say something that the E wants to talk about is not part of that we're covering, how does he continue down that path outside of what I brought you in to talk to my group about?
Oh, yes. So that would be the one-on-one sessions.
But that
So
one
then
time though, he could continue that.
up to 6 sessions. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you give them up to 6
Mhm.
outside of the group.
Yes, correct.
Okay, see, that's good to
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Wow, what a great service you guys are giving. And how many organizations are you working with currently?
Ooh, right now,
We have 4 right now
Okay.
that are active.
Okay, great.
those are fee for service.
Okay.
So when an organization contacts us to provide programming for their employees or their constituents, we negotiate the rate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the people within their organization can do the one-on-ones for free.
Okay, because that's the free. Okay, got
Yes.
it. So it's a 60-second. Every time you meet with the group, it's for an hour.
Mhm.
Um.
It varies. 1 to 2 hours
Oh, okay.
for the session with the group.
Okay, and that's each. How often do you meet with them?
It depends on how many topics we're covering.
Okay.
For example, what we're doing now, we covered 6 chapters from our curriculum. And so we met about an hour, 30 minutes for each session.
Oh, okay. All
Mhm.
right. And is that like every once a week or how often during the time period? Is there a time period?
We tailored that to the organization too. What would be feasible for them? So we aligned our schedule based on that.
Okay. So it
Mhm.
could, what's the furthest out it could go? Just say like you're busy and you're really trying to galvanate everybody in together. It's hard, just trying to get two people together, let alone a whole staff that's got time.
Exactly.
So how do you do that one?
We do 30 to 90 days for our curriculum.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
And that's the same with our one-on-ones as well. Within that 90-day time frame is when they should be scheduling their up to 6 sessions.
Okay.
And we really rely on the leadership in the organization to help bring their group together.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got a whole list of volunteer presenters that we're coordinating too. So
Okay.
once we come up with a schedule, now we have to, for the business, now we have to get the volunteer coaches to free up some time.
Mhm.
So it's a real masterfully coordinated effort.
That she does.
Yes.
Okay. And
Yeah.
tell me about the volunteers. Where do they come from? I know that you're professionals, right? Because they're talking
They-
about subjects that they need to know what to talk about. But are they coming from different organizations, or where do we find these volunteers?
They come from different organizations. They'll come from banks. They'll come from investment firms. They'll come from, some of them are retired financial experts, accountants.
Okay.
And right now, believe it or not, we have more men than women.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
And is there a reason for that? Is that this industry that is more male dominant, or is it just because there are more that are willing to volunteer their time?
I would say it's probably more male dominant.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think so.
That makes sense. I mean, when you think about the industry in itself as the
Mhm.
financial advisors,
Mhm.
I don't know if I've seen a lot of women that are financial advisors.
We're seeing some, but not nearly enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can do
Yeah.
more.
Well, we got to start. Well, one thing is going to be helpful that we're learning as a community
Oh yeah.
to become more fiscal responsible. And I think as we build that, then we're going to find that we're going to find more women involved, and I think
Mhm.
that's possibly where some of the shortage is coming from.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings me just briefly to a conversation that we were discussing as the partnership that we're trying to embrace on, and that is to talk about financial literacy with our young people, because we also realize here at the MSR that our community has a lot of first time people, like
Mhm.
first time home buyers,
Mhm.
first time graduates. And so when we think about first time financially fit people, sometimes there's a struggle if we have our young people that are not coming from a household that already had that in order to pass it on and train it to them. So we thought about creating a uh, column where we can help to educate our community through the eyes of young people that are
Mhm.
starting to walk us through how they're learning how to be financially fit. So we got them starting from the checkbook and then working themselves through different steps all the way through the end of this year. And so we're excited about having you guys on board. So what did you think when you got that call and we were like trying to explain to you what we're trying to do, and you're like, that's our position, but understanding kind of what we were trying to accomplish.
I loved it. I was so heartwarmed for our program to be considered as a partner, be considered for the partnership. I think it is a great match, and I am looking forward to helping you deliver this.
Nice.
It's when you target young people, you're targeting our future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think the more we can get them the information that they need, the better it's going to be for all of us. Because you're right, there are a lot of families that don't have those conversations. And if we can reach the young people, they can look back and teach those others in their family who didn't get it. But they'll be
Absolutely.
prepared for what's coming for the future for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to do. I did not have someone in my family who already knew. I had to be the one. I was the one who got the information and passed it back while I continued to try and move things forward.
Yeah.
And so now it is more than it's a part of me. Telling people the dollar is a tool.
Mm-hmm.
You need to understand how to control and own that tool so that it benefits you and your goals. Don't let other people set your goals for you. You need to understand how money will help you reach your goals, change the trajectory of your life if that's what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because and we gotta teach them that they can make their own path. And like you say, Deborah, it's not one that's been necessarily directed for them, but if they don't understand their own financial means and how to not get everything you want, sometimes just get what you need, because the other
Right.
part of that money needs to go towards a future. And helping them to understand that. And because I think a lot of times, even as adults, we want everything right now. We like immediate gratification, and we want it right now. We want it in the commercial because I want it now, and I want my money now.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes we need to realize that and teach and learn. If we're not teaching, we need to learn how to take that money and maybe I want that pair of shoes, but maybe I don't need that pair of shoes. I got too many as it is. And so I need to take that money and put it towards something more wisely.
Right.
And when we can teach our young people what that long-term goal looks like, it may actually give them more of a satisfaction to know that they don't have to have. Now we don't realize that money sitting there is like hard, but if we can get them to not watch it and just kind of plan for it, build a plan. So how do we do that? Let's talk about that for a second.
I one of the things that struck with me as I was growing up was, and I honest to God, I cannot remember who told me this, but they said, Deborah, no matter how much you make, always live beneath your means. And so if you're making 60,000, only live off of 50. If you're making 70, live beneath your means. Don't live at or higher than your means. Meaning no credit cards, or just if you can't pay off that credit card, then you probably shouldn't be charging.
Yeah.
But that was a lesson I live by today.
Yeah. Well, it made a difference in your life, huh?
It really did. And it gave me a pathway to help others because I wasn't spending everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, if I could give anyone some advice, is boy, I got a whole list. Watch your money. Watch your money. And live beneath your means if you can. Live beneath your means.
Yeah. And is that kind of tied into what a lot of people may also hear, putting 10% away? Is that it's that kind of, because you mentioned if you're at 60, live at 50. Is that kind of that putting that 10%
exactly
away?
it. And putting your money to work for you. You get up, you go to work every day. What is your money doing?
Right. Yeah.
It should be someplace working. It should be someplace making money for you. I met a college student. She was just entering college. She told me that her net worth was already $500,000.
Oh.
From compounded interest.
Wow.
So that's the whole class we need to talk about.
Yes.
And how did she get that? There's a story there. And a lot of us don't understand how that happened, and it can happen to us.
And it can happen easier than you could even imagine. And I think that's going to be a part of the lesson that we're going to be talking to as we partner together around that youth financial education series that we're going to be doing, because it's so important. And again, we're going to be talking about understanding your paychecks, financial foundation, digesting back to the needs versus the wants.
Yes.
And the goal setting, mapping your short and long-term financial future. And I think that in itself, them three is going to really help to get them to that financial, that goal that you just mentioned that young lady made. I can't tell you how simple it becomes once you start doing it and you make it a habit. So we're going to try to, that's part of our goal with this series, is to help young people learn how to make it a habit and be able to reach back and maybe help some of their family members that haven't been taught that.
Thank you for taking the initiative to do this. And I can't tell you how ecstatic we are to be a part of it.
Well, I'm excited to have you, and we're going to see the outcome because we're going to follow these young people.
Yes.
But you know what? Before we go this afternoon, I believe you guys are having a fundraiser, and we want to talk about that and let people know what that fundraiser is about.
This is thank you so much. This is ABEP's first fundraiser.
First.
This is the first, with the changing of the environment, we're doing a fundraiser on May 21st at Top Golf. And no, you do not have to be a golfer to come to participate. There's going to be lots of things going on, some great food, but the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go to support the Financial Empowerment Center.
Nice. Okay.
Yes. And so we're hoping that the community will come out, support what we're doing, come and engage, and we look forward to seeing you there.
I look forward to being there. Now, is there a way that people can look this information up and find out a little bit more about what's going to happen that day?
Oh, yeah, it's on our website.
Okay.
And then aside from that, yeah, it's coming to get to know ABEP, who we are and who we are presenting to the community too. So this is a family fun event. And yeah, we just need the community to come out and join us.
And isn't golf, what was the name of the place again?
Oh, Top Golf.
Top Golf is, where's that located? What city is that in?
This is in Brooklyn Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in Brooklyn.
Great.
They have multiple locations, but we're going to be in Brooklyn
The
Center.
one in Brooklyn Center, yeah, because I've heard of it, so I just want to make sure.
Really nice location.
Yeah, well, that's going to be, and what's the time frame on that?
4 p.m., 4 to 8 p.m.
4 to 8. Nice. Okay, great. Well, we're gonna have to check it out. We'll have more information at the end of this program so people can find out about it as well.
Okay.
And we look so forward to learning more about ABEP and just the wonderful things that you guys are doing in the community and for the community.
Yes.
And I can't tell you how excited I am to just know that there are organizations out here that are educating people on financial literacy, because that is, I mean, especially with the way economy is today, we need to learn how to save money and how to make our future more stable and be able to invest in some of the things too. So we got a lot of different things we can do with our money, because we make good money. We just don't always spend it the right way. So we need to learn how to spend it the right way and how to really invest it and make our families have a legacy.
Exactly. That
Yeah.
is absolutely critical.
Right. So can I ask for any parting words this afternoon from either of you ladies?
Thank you for having us here. This has been a wonderful experience to talk to you and the community too. And we're just looking forward to more opportunities like this to show up for our community and in our space, and to continue coaching.
Nice. Well, you keep on coaching. How about you, Debra? You?
You know, I definitely want to thank you for everything that you do for the community. And I would like to encourage the audience to check out ABEP, see what we're about, pick up the phone, give us a call, and just share your thoughts.
And so what number can they call? And what website should they go to?
Oh, our website is www.abepmpls.org.
Okay.
And they can reach me directly at 651-278-1926.
Nice. So that you can just call her direct.
Absolutely.
She gave you her direct number?
That's my direct number.
I mean, so now you know you're going to get right to her. So make sure that you check these ladies out and find out, if you got an organization and you even want to know more to help your staff to become a more stronger organization, because if our staff does well, we do well. So make sure to check out ABEP. And in the meantime, remember, Tracey's Keeping It Real. Check me out every week and find out about the different topics that we're going to be discussing as well. And until next time, thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful day.